you Yo. Yo. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today? I'm sorry that the stream is a little later than I had originally anticipated. As I'm sure you guys saw, I was doing a stream with Altcoin Psycho earlier today. And had some technical difficulties, not on my end, because, your boy is a tech wizard, an absolute technological titan. But the boy AP was struggling. He was having some issues. So it took a little while for us to actually get going and get live. And then I had some other things that I had to attend to. So I'm sorry about that, but we're here now. And that's what matters. We're here now, and we're here to chart some goddamn shit coins. Okay? We finally got an ounce, just a crumb of volatility in the Bitcoin charts. So I think this is a good time to look at some altcoins, because if Bitcoin is going to start rallying again, or maybe it's going to dump from here, volatility means that there's going to be volatility in those shitcoin markets as well. So we'll quickly cover some of the coins from last stream, and then I will open up the floor to some new ones, and we'll go from there. We'll aim for about an hour and a bit, and then Bob's your uncle. You won't see me again until my next stream, probably tomorrow or the day after. Okay? So real quick, guys, as always, I want to give some love to the sponsors of these new streams. So it's been almost 3 months. We've been working with SmartX now, which is pretty exciting. They've been a great company to sponsor with. Their social media game is on point, funny memes, and they're doing a lot of stuff, guys. I interact with pretty much all their tweets. So if you're not following them and seeing them, you should see them from me just interacting. The coin is getting listed on a bunch of major exchanges. Obviously, as I've spoken about in previous videos, the token itself has become deflationary. So every time there's a transaction, the actual SDEX token is getting burned. They are making partnerships, like I said, getting new listings, completing audits, a lot of cool stuff. And obviously, they've gone multi-chain as well. So a lot of action happening. And as you guys know, and this is something I talked about in the stream with AP and Rookie, in my opinion, the way that you are going to, obviously this is not financial advice, but the way that you are likely going to make it big off a small amount of money is no longer going to really happen on the centralized exchanges. It's much more likely going to happen on the decentralized exchanges in DeFi. And coins that might end up getting listed in the future bull market, those coins always start off in DeFi, right? On decentralized exchanges. And my decentralized exchange of choice for this upcoming bull run is going to be SmartX. For the reasons I just listed, they're making shit happen. They're growing. They're making the right partnerships, high levels of security, as well as their product is just better, right? They've figured out a way to avoid the problem when it comes to staking of having impermanent loss. So you stake an asset, the value of it changes. It opens yourself up for impermanent loss. And right now they have some of the highest APRs in all of crypto. So if you're looking on Ethereum here, you can see the current APRs available on the farm. So if you're staking LP tokens, you can earn token rewards at these APR levels. Go check out other DeFi platforms. They are not offering these types of APR, returns right now. I know for a fact on Ethereum, they're the highest. So you can see on Polygon here, they're also on Arbitrum, and obviously on BNB. So to me, this is still very early days. I mean, the token is a penny. I think that this is a platform that is going to be around for the long haul. They're doing all the right things now, which in my opinion is building in the bear market. They're building their brand, they're building their product, and they are actually creating something a little bit new and unique that hasn't been seen in DeFi before. And I think that that's something that shouldn't be ignored. No different than any platform. I don't want to be working and investing in platforms and tokens and things that get launched in the bull run, right? Because in the bull run, is the product actually good, or is it just capitalizing on everything going up? That's not the case here. These guys are building through the bear market, and I think when the bull run does eventually start, if it's already started already, they're going to be extremely well positioned. And like I said before, I think if you are someone who is starting with a little bit of money, buying half of a Bitcoin, 0.1 of a Bitcoin, one or two, a couple of Ethereum, that's not going to get you rich anymore, right? When Ethereum was $200, realistically, you could buy, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 Ethereum for not an insane amount of money. You could get 50 Ethereum for 10 grand. And then when Ethereum goes to $4,000 and does a 50x, all of a sudden you have $500,000. I don't think you're going to see those types of, no one checked my math there because that was all mental math and I might have been wrong, but I think I'm right. You're not going to see those types of returns, in my opinion, on the majors anymore, on Bitcoins and on the Ethereums. Maybe you'll see them on some of the smaller altcoins, like a Solana, for example. I don't know. But the money that is going to be made, in my opinion, from a little amount of money into a lot, and you see this already on Twitter. You see these people who are like, hey, check out this address and look what they've been doing, and they've turned X number of dollars into X. That's all happening on DeFi platforms. And I'm going to be working with SmartX for the foreseeable future going into the bull market. And that's going to be the platform where I'm doing my DeFi activities, swapping, staking, providing liquidity, etc. So let's get into the charts. We're going to start with the original gangster, the original shitcoin, Bitcoin. So as you guys know, we longed this thing twice and we shorted it. And we've been crushing. I've been absolutely smashing the last handful of trades that I've taken. And so I'll kind of reverse engineer the setups so you can kind of see my reason for getting in them. And then we'll kind of talk about where I think Bitcoin goes next, because we finally got a bit of a move up here. But if you guys remember, I shorted up here this SFP. And then I shorted this breaker retest right here, right? So this is the up down candle for the up move that ran the high, came and tested the underside, and I shorted. And I held this short this entire time, and I'm still holding it. But once we started consolidating, right, I decided to hedge that short with some long exposures. So I ended up longing here to here. And then, as you know, in Telegram, because I posted the setup with stop, entry, and take profit, I took a long on this sweep as well. And I closed it on this move up here. Now, can we go higher from here? Absolutely. To me, though, the range that I'm focused on is still bearish. The little bit tricky because on the H12, you did get a close below here. But on the daily, you did not. So in the daily, we're still in this range, and you can extend this a little bit down on the daily. So all I had done is I shorted this breaker. I caught this market structure break to the downside. So any sort of bounce here, right? If I'm short here, any sort of bounce here, my expectation is that this ends up being a lower high, and I want to continue to hold my short. I do not want to give up my short. My short stop is up here at a new high. Okay. So I'm not concerned if price comes up even past my entry. My entry is right around here, just over 30K. We wicked above my entry today because my invalidation is here and my target is down here still, like lower, filling in this down into this weekly breaker. So really what I'm looking for on the short side to maintain my bearish bias is I do not want to see price come through here. So while the invalidation of my short is here, if we get a strong close through this high, that to me is a mark. So maybe this is where my short is wrong. But if we get a close through here, well, to me, that's a market structure shift. And that makes me believe that the next pullback is going to lead to a higher high that will eventually take my level out anyways. So I'm effectively trying to time when the market structure is shifting. That's why it's called a market structure shift from bearish, right, to bullish. That's what I'm trying to time. So that to me is this level right here. If we get a strong close, so that is a daily or 12-hour close through 30,400, I will close the short that I took up here, and I will actually then look to get long on any sort of pullback. But if we fail to get a close above here, I'm actually going to be looking for opportunities to compound my short. So maybe this is the high. Maybe this is the lower high. There's your low. Here's your lower high, right? Maybe this is the lower high, and we can zoom in and find a breaker in here, and maybe that's where I'll compound. We did close as a daily bearish SFP, or maybe this next candle wants to trade above here. But unless we get a daily or 12-hour close above this level at 30,400, my bias is still that price is going to roll over. That simple, okay? So for now, I am still in my swing short, okay? And I am waiting to see how the next few candles close on a high time frame. The 12-hour and the daily, bearish SFP so far. We're still in this bearish range, and we're putting in a bearish SFP near the high. Okay, those longs that I took were simply hedges. We swept the range low, I longed it. We swept the range low, I longed it. That's all it was. So if you go in my Telegram, right, the first long was very simple. We have our breaker here. We have our market structure break, retest, stop was down here, took profit into resistance. Second long was the same thing, right? SFP, breaker, market structure break, take profit into resistance. So the ability to be bearish, okay, and have a short running, but still be able to hedge that exposure with longs is something that you will learn to do in time. Initially, what you're going to want to do is try and focus on one position at a time. I would not try and compound. I wouldn't try and have multiple trades open at the same time. If you're really new, your main focus should be trying to take one trade at a time. And if I'm bearish, I do not want to get fudded out of my short in something that's eventually going to be a lower high. Okay? Doesn't mean I can't long this bounce, which is effectively what we did here. But I need to keep in mind that my high time frame bearish is to the bias is to the downside, and keep those trades running. And if you want to take trades in between, you want to take some counter trend positions, by all means do it. Really what I'm doing here is, listen, I've made money on this long and on this long. So if this goes up here and I end up closing for a loss, I've made money. Even though I closed my short for a loss, because I hedged with those two longs, I've made money. And if price goes like this, well then guess what? Or it runs this high, let's say, but fails to close above, and then goes down, well then guess what? I've not only made money on these two longs, my short is still in profit and still riding, right? So you want to be able to see the market for what it is, right? So just because I'm in a high time frame, kind of bearish bias right now, we're in a range here since the 23rd of July. I can play the range. There's no reason I can't do it. I can take some day trades. I can be in this position for weeks before it plays out, but I can definitely take trades in between while price is going sideways and either consolidating before another leg down, or maybe it's consolidating, it's going to reverse. Okay? So it's not something that I can teach you. I can't teach you how to be patient. I can't teach you to trust your system, right? That's something that you're just going to have to learn to do over time. And it took me a very long time. The second long that I took here, you guys know I was in it since August 2nd. I posted the chart in my Telegram with the stop, entry, and target. I had the full risk reward tool on there. It was on August 2nd. 6 days later, it hit profit. All that I did in between was adjust my stop. I brought my stop up. I did nothing else. That's not easy to do early on, because for a while I was in profit, then I was underwater, I was in profit again, then it was just going sideways near my entry. Like that type of managing the trade, The only way to get that experience is through literal experience, is through actually doing it. It cannot be taught. You can't read a book about it. You can't watch a YouTube video. You can watch 1,000 YouTube videos on trading psychology. Nothing will replicate the feeling of actually taking a trade with real money on the line and then fucking sitting in that mother and letting it ride to either stop or take profit. But I'm glad I did, because I made some money. So I've been on a bit of a heater. So what does that mean? It means I'm probably going to go on a bit of a losing streak soon, but I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. And I'm going to press my edge, right? I've won 5 straight trades. That's not normal or abnormal. It happens. You're going to have winning streaks, losing streaks. But when you're hot, sometimes you want to ride it, right? This last long that I took, I said, I'm on a heater, okay? And I'm going to take it and see what happens. And it ended up working out. So, you know, you got to trust your system. You got to trust that you put your risk in the right place, your stop in the right place. And until that gets invalidated, your idea is not invalidated, okay? So that second long I took, my stop was here. Do you think I was shitting my pants here? Do you think I was shitting my pants even more when we were trading below it? Of course. Of course, right? Let's get these likes up, guys. 200 people watching, 27 likes. We got to do better. We got to do better. So that's kind of basically my plan for Bitcoin here. It all hinges on this level. If we get a daily and or 12-hour close, if it's a 12-hour close above, it'll be a daily close above for the most part. If we get daily or 12-hour close above 30,400 or whatever this level is precisely, this swing high, I will then close any shorts I'm in, and I will be looking to long any pullback with a target of 32K over here. Simple as that. Now, there's an argument to be made that the bottom is already in. If you view this price action here similar to this, one could argue that the bottom's in, right? We had this slow bleed down, traded below all the lows, quick reclaim, launch. Slow bleed down, traded below all the lows, quick reclaim, launch. So I 100% see the bullish case, but I have to trade my system, and my system got me to short here, and it has not given me a reason yet, okay, to close that short. That reason to close the short will be a close through here, because that would be an intermediate term high getting closed through, which to me would signal a market structure shift, which tells me that I think the market structure is going from bearish, lower lows and lower highs, to all of a sudden, oh, maybe it's flipping bullish now. And I want to get out before it comes all the way back up to my stop, right? If my stop's here, if we get a daily close above this, there's no point in me holding it to see if it's eventually going to come get me. The probability that it's going to go up there now has increased, and it's enough of a reason for me to get out of the trade. Okay, so that's my plan. Plain and simple, okay? As long as we are below here, even if we sweep this, I still think lower into here, okay? If we reclaim 30,400, I'm looking to long to 32,000. Bing, bong, bing, bang, boom. I don't know who else is explaining their entire fucking shit as easy as that. Now, we're going to look at Ethereum here, and I actually think Ethereum looks better. So according to my system here, right, on Ethereum, what we've done is we have closed. So we have our 12-hour market structure. Let's just draw it out, right? From there to there, from there to there, okay? This ever break? Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to need the actual line. Yes. Okay, so we're in this to here. Okay. So here's our 12-hour range. And as you can see, we've gotten an internal range market structure shift. So on Ethereum, I actually like a potential long in this area here. And I know that's counterintuitive to my Bitcoin reasoning here, but Sometimes you're going to get mixed signals. And if something sets up in here in Ethereum, I'm going to take it. So we've got a bullish close through this high, making this up candle before down move that took out the lows. This is a bullish breaker, this candle right here on the 12 hour. So if we get a 12-hour pullback into here, and then on the 1 hour chart, I see my buy trigger, right? That bullish breaker form. I am going to take a long. Okay. So if we get some sort of bullish PA, maybe we run some of these lows, and then we get that trigger that I like, I will absolutely take that on Ethereum. That being said, the chart is still in a downtrend here. And if Bitcoin is going to roll over, right? If this is going to be the lower high and this is going to roll over lower, I still want to buy Ethereum, down here. Like, I still think Ethereum will come down into this if Bitcoin rolls over, but I absolutely will punt along if Ethereum gives me a setup in this gray box, because we have a 12-hour breaker here and a 12-hour market structure shift. So if we get a 1 hour trigger within that 12-hour breaker, I got to take the long, even if it's counter trend. Just got to do it. So that's the plan for Ethereum. Okay, if we get a pullback into here and we set up for something, I'll take a long. Bitcoin, I'm not really interested in longing a pullback very much. You could argue that there's a long here, right? You could say this. You could long this. But ultimately, I'm going to look for that high. That's the level that I'm going to be watching on Bitcoin. Okay, so I've given you Bitcoin, I've given you Ethereum. Take a quick look at the chat. Okay. First time I catch one of your streams here in Australia. What's up, Mateo? How you doing, bro? Main, can you charms DMT, RLB, OX, winner, chart, end chart? Maybe I'll pick one of those, bro. What's up, Drew? How you doing, man? Isn't bearish SMT just happen? White Wolf 69 asks. This is like a super specific ICT question. I don't look at SMT. I don't trade SMT at all. Can I say your mouse handwriting is pretty impressive, sir? Thank you very much. Your patience is something I'm definitely taking from this. Trust me, I didn't gain the ability to be patient like that overnight. That is something that took years, and it took years of impatient to get patient. And the main thing that drove me to be more patient was watching trades that I impatiently fucked up because it wasn't moving fast enough, it was taking too long, and then I would close it early, and then it would go to target. You do that enough times, and you have two options. You either learn to be patient and stop fucking around with your trades, or you fucking quit, right? Those are the only two things that will happen. Are you gonna learn, or are you gonna leave? Main, how can I get my hands on these SDEX coins? You can buy them a ton of different places. Check out their Twitter. They're listed on a bunch of centralized exchanges now. If that's what you want to do, you can obviously buy them from their website as well. Just saw a video saying BTC goes to 98K because BlackRock says this, question mark. So I know that there was some news that came out. Zero Hedge dropped some news that the Fed is putting together some sort of committee to oversee, and everyone's saying, oh, this is, the ETF is getting approved, okay? A couple of things you got to consider. First of all, many of these ETFs are futures ETFs, which means that spot Bitcoin does not need to be purchased for the ETF and does not need to be purchased to offset anything. The BlackRock ETF, it's my understanding that that is a spot ETF, which means spot Bitcoin would need to be purchased. But it does not mean that if they approve the ETF, that BlackRock's going to just come in and buy a fucking bazillion dollars of Bitcoin, right? They could buy whenever. Just because the ETF's approved, it doesn't mean that they're going to buy at the price right now. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I'm not praying for BlackRock to save me. I'm using my own analysis, making my own decisions. And the fact that BlackRock, literally the largest asset manager on the entire planet, is interested in having a Bitcoin ETF, that's great. I like having bullish narratives all fucking day. The halving being in like less than a year, absolutely love the bullish narratives. But my decision-making process is based on the chart, because saying that you want to buy Bitcoin because BlackRock is going to have an ETF is not a trading plan. What happens if they approve the ETF, but so let's say you buy Bitcoin right now at 29,788. You go all in. You say, listen, the news, it's just too bullish, man. I got to get in. And you put all your fucking eggs in the Bitcoin basket because you're like, BlackRock's ETFs can't approve. What happens if it doesn't get approved for 3 months or 6 months? And in that time, price cuts in half 50%. Are you still holding because that ETF approval is coming? And then what happens if in 6 months, it gets approved, so the ETF gets approved, but price is at 15K? That means it has to double just for you to get back to break even, assuming you held during that entire drawdown. What happens if it gets approved, but it doesn't just go up immediately? What if it goes down because they want to buy it lower? What if they don't buy it right where it is right now? Right? There's not enough information there to make a decision. Is it nice to have? Of course, the bullish narrative is nice to have, but it is not enough to create a trading plan where you are putting money at the line. Because whether you're buying spot of Bitcoin, Ethereum, some shitcoin, whether you're leverage trading, you need to know where your plan, your idea is wrong. So if you're buying because of the ETF, well, at what point is that idea wrong? Right? So again, nice to have. I love hearing that BlackRock wants to, own Bitcoin. Great. And I hope they buy a shitload of it and I can sell it to them at a much higher price. But it's not enough for me to enter a trade based purely off the potential of them getting an ETF approved. How do we join your Telegram? It's the pinned tweet on my Twitter. It's also on my website. How do you define intermediate high? For me, it's highs within the larger range. So if this is our larger... Like if this is my trading range from here to here, these are all my intermediary highs and lows. That's how I define it. Some people will do it differently, but it's within that larger range because this is my swing high, swing low. The highs in between are those intermediary highs. Give me manlets. I don't know what that fucking means. Do you mind sharing your bags that you'll dump on retail and TradFi, or at least which category sectors? Bro, I'm not a big altcoin guy. And in my opinion, the altcoins that likely have the biggest returns next bull market are shit that aren't on centralized exchanges and that most people haven't heard of yet. In terms of sectors, I think obviously gaming and AI seem to be ones that are interesting. AI for sure, I feel like is going to play. But yeah, I'm not a pro link guy. Sorry, I'm not a big altcoin guy where I am finding the next 100x gem. That's just not what I do. I'm a monkey who presses the green button and the red button and primarily is long and shorting Bitcoin. But the altcoins that I generally do want to buy are twofold. Narrative driven, so like AI. If I can find some AI coins early, I will pepper some bids, just like in metaverse coins and shit like that last cycle. And the original DeFi summer and all that shit. And then I'm also interested in tokens for products that I use, right? And products that are useful and other people use, that have actual utility. So many of these coins do fucking nothing. They say they're going to do all this shit. They don't do anything. SDEX has a DEX, is deflationary, can be staked and farmed, and you can earn money on it. RLB can be used to reduce your trading fees on Rollbit and get rakebacks on the gambling. right? Unibot, the token is associated with the Unibot platform, which allows you to use limit orders and things like that while trading in DeFi. Like tokens that have utility, those are tokens that I'm interested in, as well as tokens that I think might be part of a larger narrative. But yeah, I just gave you some right there. Why the long neck? I was born this way, brother. What's up, Maine? Where's your cowgirl hat? Why would I have a cowgirl hat, Matt the Vulture? You think Link's bullish setup gets validated if BTC rolls over? I think Blink remains one of the better looking charts. High time frame, assuming not everything fucking goes to shit, right? But I still think that this is definitely a play that can play out, but realize that price can come down 20, 30% and still put in a higher low before going up, right? So price is at 750 now. Let's say it's going to go to 10. It can go to 6 first, right? So again, are you prepared to hold for that drawdown? But overall, I like Link setup as well. Nice dirty stash, bro. I just haven't shaved. I'm not even trying. It's just all I got. This is all I got. Do my techniques work on smaller time frames? Yes, they do. As long as you do top-down analysis, and whether that top time frame is the daily, and then you're entering on the H4 and the hourly, or if your top time frame is the H4 and you're entering on the M15 and the M5, as long as you understand that order of operations, you can use any time frames. Link Marines bought a 5. Nice, bro. Well, hopefully it goes 2x or more for you, and then you will share the wealth with your old boy Maine for drawing this beautiful bullish setup for you and willing the gods to send it to new highs. All right. The dollar, still bullish. I still think that the dollar trades up until here. 103. Just about today. I think it goes to 104, possibly 105 still before a larger correction. So I'm still bullish on the dollar. Yes, as you guys know, I shorted up here. We had a pretty nice close here for the bulls. Okay, so if ES does this, if it gets above here and makes a bullish market structure shift, if it makes a bullish market structure shift and closes above there, which is 40, 45, 41, I would long this thing and target a new high above here. So if it gets above here, then yeah, I'm interested in longs. But until then, I'm just waiting and seeing. But yeah, big SFP here. So something to pay attention to for sure. Sorry, I just got to respond to this message here. So yeah, be watching that. Okay, so let's get into the shitcoins. I'm going to quickly go over the ones we went over last week. And then if you guys have any questions or any new coins you want me to look at, I'll pick a handful from the chat. We'll go from there. Let's get this video to 100 likes. You know, why not? Why not? It's a 50% like to viewer ratio. I know it's the doldrums of the bear market, but I really appreciate you guys that tune in every week while I do these streams. We still manage to get 200, sometimes 300 live viewers, which is awesome. And then the videos each get, a few thousand views, which I think is great. I hope you guys find value in what I'm putting out here every week. And I know that, I'm not leaving. I said this to you guys at the start. I said this to you guys when FTX happened. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be hanging with you guys through the entire bear market, right into the next bull run until we all ride off on our massive mega yachts. So we're grinding out here. We're going to keep putting out content. We hit 40,000 on YouTube, which is pretty exciting. I would love to get to 100K one day. I know it's a far away and it's a lofty goal, but I really do think I can do it. And I'd love to have that plaque hanging behind me. I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so pop.weth. This was the most requested chart on the last stream under the tweet. Everyone in the chat was like pop.eth, pop.weth, or whatever, proof of Pepe. And I drew what ended up being the perfect resistance level. I said, I'm not interested in longing here. I had people saying, oh, why don't you long it now? I said, I'm not interested in longing here because as much as this might go up, we're into resistance. We're into resistance. I said, if we get above here, you can see the drawing. If we get above here, then I'm interested in longing. You can obviously see that never happened. This ended up being where price capped out. So all those pop F people who are spamming the chat, it's down 80% since last week. Ouchie wawa. But yeah, put in a little SFP here within this resistance zone, this breaker, or this order block, excuse me. If you go down to the hourly, did you have a breaker set up? Kinda, not the prettiest, but never got to the area where I would be interested in buying. It had to clear this zone. That was the condition. It had to get above here for me to long it. Never happened, and it's eaten shit since. Esper, so we drew out this high time frame 12-hour order block on this one. Said this is where I'd be interested in checking it out. You can see price came down into it, got a very nice bounce. Massive bounce from this area. But it is into, kind of potential resistance here. So just like on that last one, I would want to see it get above here and put in some bullish PA. Then I'd be interested in longing it. But this is a nice sign, right? So the way that I play these are twofold. I'm either waiting for this level to get flipped, okay? Or I'd be interested in, if this is going to pull back from here, bidding closer towards this order block and the origin of the move. So if this is a higher low relative to this low, and this is our high, right? The same logic can be applied here. I want to buy this higher low. I don't want to chase this thing into resistance. So I want to buy it on either a flip of the resistance level or a decent pullback where I think the risk reward is better and it would hopefully still be a higher low buying into this order block with a stop below there. So that's how I would be playing Esper right now, or Espresso, whatever the fuck this is. Okay. Above here or down here is the two areas where I'd be interested in this thing. Nothing in between. I'll leave this one up. MOG. I don't know. I don't like this chart. I basically said it had to hold here or it would go down here. And it seems to be holding for now. But I find this chart to be very ugly. Someone asked me to do curve. So we had two scenarios on curve, right? I told you guys I really like the high time frame setup here. We have this weekly breaker. We have these SFPs inside a weekly order block. So if we got above this breaker here, I'd be interested in longing. So that was this plan. We need a big move up, pull back, then I'm interested in longing. But I said I'd also take a short-term trade, which is the exact same logic as what I just explained on Esper and the exact same logic on this, right? I'm basically saying, hey, if it can clear, what is this? If it can clear this resistance level, right, I'll buy a flip. If not, I want to buy a pullback, right? So that's what I'm saying here. If it can clear this resistance level, I'd buy a flip. That's what that drawing is. But on the lower time frame, we have the same pattern. We have a resistance level right here. And if it clears it, I would long. So this long idea here was only if we got above this breaker, which we have not yet. Now, we did put in a bullish market structure shift. So you could argue that this is the long now. So we've already MSB'd, but I want to see it get above the breaker personally before I would take this long. So if it's able to get above the breaker, then I would look to long this. But technically, if you wanted to, you could long it now. Not my favorite setup though. GRT, I said it's either going up from where it was, or I wanted to see it run these lows into this high time frame demand. You can see the squiggle here, right? It's almost identical. The precision. Look at this and look at this, okay? It's the same thing. I even have, look at this. This is a little SFP right there. I even have the SFP down to the detail. That's how precise we get on these streams with these shitcoins, guys. Like I said, no one is doing it like me, not even close. So we had the nice run on the low here. So now we've run all of these lows I'd mentioned into demand, and we put in another sweep. So if you are a bull on GERT, if you are a GRT bull, whatever it is, I don't know. This becomes your invalidation, in my opinion. You do not want price to trade below this low. I don't think. Like, if this thing's going to go up, this should be the low for now. I'm not saying it has to go to new highs, but I'm just saying in terms of this pullback, this should be the climax. And now we have a market structure shift here. Right there. Now I want to be looking to long this pullback here, and I do not want to see it go below here if this thing's going to continue higher. All right. Take a quick look at the chat here. What's up, brother? Longtime follower here, a fellow Canadian from Toronto. With new regulations allowing only 30,000 of spot buys for altcoins, how would you play it? Listen, man, I'm not going to tell you what is legal and what is illegal and what could be done and what should be done and what shouldn't be done and what you could do without telling other people that you're doing. There are ways to make it appear as though you might not be doing what you are doing, right? Or from the location you're doing it, right? I'm not going to spell it out for you, but it's 3 letters. Yeah, listen, I mean, $30,000 of a shitcoin is quite a bit if it's a shitcoin. But yeah, the regulations are bullshit. You have to find workarounds. I can't really tell you what to do here, man. What my non-legal, non-financial advice would be get a good lawyer and have them help you figure out ways that you can, deal with the new regulations here in Canada. The market structure video is always coming soon. This is going to just be an ongoing meme that the market structure video is coming. I swear to God, I will get it done. I'm just such a procrastinator with that kind of shit. And it's such a fucking pain in the ass to record those types of videos. Hey, man, I just want to glaze you. Jeffrey, I do not want to be glazed by you or anyone. And say thank you for your time and knowledge. Been watching you for a little over a year and I've learned so much because of the way you see the markets differently. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. What's up, Jane? What do you think of base chain and its meme coin Toshi? No opinion. I don't really fully understand base chain, so it's on Coinbase. That's all I really know about it. And I know some people put money in there to buy that bald token and they couldn't bridge it out and it rugged. I don't really know enough about it. I don't know what Toshi is. What energy and oil stock should I buy? Jane, I've been long natural gas since $2, and you should know that because I've been bragging about it on Twitter. Can you do ARB, big bro? Sure, why not? Like ARB, for example. You want a coin that might be interesting for the next cycle? Again, not financial advice, but a company that's actually doing something, right? A project that's actually doing something as opposed to half the bullshit that people buy anyways. So we can look at ARB for sure. I'll do that next. Man, how do you decide what markets to trade? Hard to focus on everything. Yeah, I would dial it in. That's why I primarily focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? You got to know what you're good at. I have friends who are awful at leverage trading, but are really good at shitcoining. And every time they leverage trade, they lose money, and that's time and money they could have used to, doing what you're good at. It's no different than running a business, right? If you run a business, if you can delegate, right, things that you are not good at or that are not the best use of your time to other people, you absolutely should, right? And I speak from a position of experience here. I've run a multi-million-dollar company. I built a multi-million-dollar company, and then obviously ran it. Being able to delegate initially, it's hard to do, right? But you have to be able to relinquish some control and realize if my time is best spent, doing sales, because that's where the money comes in, and I need to delegate, whatever other task, then you need to be able to do that. Trading is no different. What are you good at? Are you good at leverage trading? Are you good at flipping shitcoins? Are you good at flipping NFTs? Are you a DeFi farmer? What are you good at? Focus on that. Focus on your strengths, and then try and delegate. Get friends who maybe are going to, join Telegrams and Discords and stuff like that. But yeah, one of the hardest things about crypto, in my opinion, is the fact that there is information overload. There is so much shit coming out at the same time. It can be very difficult and very confusing. Is the Haven worth it? I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know how to answer that question. If you like me, you want more of me, you want trading signals, you want full breakdown of my system, and all of that from Loma, Cold-Blooded Schiller, UB, Pierre, Krillin. So there's a bunch of us in there. Then by all means, I think it's a really good fucking deal. But I don't think you have to join a paid group to learn. But if you like those analysts, you want more, there's a place you can do it. And I think it's definitely valuable. Definitely worth the price. Where do you trade Forex? My FX Choice and Oanda are the main ones that I use. What's up, James? Michael Jones says, so much alpha. I owe you. The fact that trading has clicked after 3 years to your streams. Thank you, bro. I'm glad to hear. Okay, so let's do ARB here. So we'll start on the 12-hour chart. Okay, let's track our market structure. So it was here to here. Okay. Once this got broken, it was here to here. Once this got broken, it was here. Oops. It was here to here. Okay. And we just swept the low of the range, and we have a 12-hour breaker right here. This is a very similar setup to Ethereum. Very similar. So this looks good to me to move towards the range high. So if we get some sort of pullback into here, I think the target is at least the range high. And then if we make a new high from there, then you draw out your new range. So if price does this, why is it fucking doing this to me right now? Fuck you. Let's say this makes a new high above here, and it's up to here. Okay. Then this is my new range. Then I'm looking for pullbacks, into here to get long for another high. Just like when the range is bearish, like it is here, I'm looking for pullbacks into the upper part of the range to get short. But yeah, this setup looks very similar to the Ethereum setup to me. If we get some sort of pullback into this order block, might not happen. This could just go from right here. It's looking pretty bullish right now. But this is where I would look to long this up into the range high. Can you guys believe that my Twitter monetization, it's showing that I have no money? The amazing tweets that I send out. So many good goddamn tweets. Okay? So many. Remember Lana Del Taco? Insane engagement. I should be getting paid for that. I should be getting paid for that. And I'm not. Bullshit, bro. What's up, Nura Del Rey? Speak of Lana Del Rey, we got Nura Del Rey here. Where's my money, bro? Where's my tacos, Lana? Where are they? I seen you in Waffle House, bitch. I saw you in there. I'm just saying I deserve to get paid for my amazing tweets, man. I deserve to get paid for my amazing tweets. I want to be making 5 figs a month for just tweeting nonsense. If we make that happen as a community, I'm getting 5 figs a month tweeting just nonsense, I will drop all my responsibilities that I have and I will just tweet bullshit all day, every day, 24/7, forever. Yeah, most of those payouts that are crazy, I'm pretty sure are fake. That being said, I'm pretty sure the one that Frank from DGods posted is real. And that pisses me off because the DGods community and Frank himself are like the most giga cringe of all cringe. It's so cringe, bro. I'm so glad pretty much all NFTs are like fucking zeroed because, oh my God, the worst. The worst people are in NFT communities, are like diehard NFTers. I have no problem with people who like NFTs and make money on NFTs, but the people whose entire personality is their NFT, I find so unbelievably cringy. No different than people who make an altcoin their entire personality. Equally as cringy. Okay, let's take another request here. Inge, sure, why not? This stupid TikTok fucking stuck in my head. Okay, this is your range here. So, bullish range, right? But we've swept the range high. Yeah, we had this big sweep of the low here, so I wouldn't long this yet. I mean, I would probably, similar to ARB, right? You have the breaker here. We've already retested it, so maybe it's just going to go from here. But I would like to use a hourly setup that forms within here. So I'd want to see an H1 setup, okay, in there on the low time frame to get in, right? Maybe it just goes from here and your invalidation is below here. But if we get a pullback into here tomorrow or something and we get an H1 setup within there, that's something that I'd be interested in. Wasn't the DGods meetup party that cringe video floating around Twitter? Probably. The only cool NFT community is the goddamn Campai Pandas because Ice Bags is a G. The Campai events have been super sick locations, not just a bunch of dudes, like amazing bang for your buck music, like legit rappers and stuff and DJs, fucking UFC events, football games, like actual cool shit. The pen tool is called Epic Pen, this little thing. Epic Pen. Oh, I've been slacking at the gym, boys. Like I was home barely at all in July. So I didn't go to the gym a ton. And this is my first week where I'm like, I'm back. I've gone 3 days in a row. You know, like hard, not just like light workouts, like hard. And I'm so sore. But like, it's funny, I weigh the exact same as when I left at the start of July. But I feel like my muscles are just withering away. But I've got to make some decisions soon about the physique. I've been sitting at like 200 to 205 for like almost a year. I did a huge bulk. I was like 240. Then I cut down to like 185 and I was pretty fucking diced. Like I'm not fucking crazy shredded, but like visible abs, vascular, was like pretty lean. And that was a huge weight drop. And I accomplished it by literally starving myself. And then I kind of just like, you know, rebulked a little. I got back up to 210. And then I said, okay, maybe I want to go down to 195. And now I've just kind of been in this limbo where I'm like 205, 200. My diet has not been amazing. And I've not been as consistent as I should be in the gym. So I've got to decide, do I go full bulk? Like winter's coming. I know it's the start of August, but in Canada, I can already feel it in the air in the morning. Winter is coming. Okay? Like John motherfucking Snow. Winter is coming. So do I just go Giga Bear? And you guys will know because you see how I have a jawline right now, a little bit. That will disappear. I'll look like a bowling ball. My neck will get thicker and I'll just look round. Okay. And it doesn't help that I don't have hair, right? It doesn't help that I'm fucking bald. Do I go just bulk bear? Because I'm getting older. I'm 33 now. Like doing the dirty bulk and the big cut, it's harder. It's harder to lose the weight. But do I do one last bulk? Get absolutely huge and strong over the winter and then cut and then just try and stay lean or leanish? Or do I just go from where I am now and just try and cut down? I don't know. I don't know. How does my neck get even bigger? It's because my traps get bigger and my face gets fatter and I just get fucking huge. So I don't know. Can I take a look? Yeah, the neck is a little thin right now. It's a little thin. I'll take a look at Shiba, someone asked. Shiba, ya, yay. Shiba, ya, yay. Shib. Shiba, yay. Give me the shib so I can shib it away. Shib-a-doo-doo-doo. Okay, so I want to find a better version. 9676. My concern with Binance is... no, okay. Okay, so... listen, I don't know fuck about SHIB. Is it just purely a Doge clone? Because if it is, then doesn't that mean that there's unlimited supply? But, you know, from the highest time frame, we've got a big monthly sweep here, right? So can't ignore that. And yeah, we've got a weekly MSB that just closed last week on Sunday, 2 days ago. And we've got a weekly breaker here that it's pushing off of. So I agree with you. This looks pretty good. I agree with you. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. High time frame, this is a very attractive setup to me. And I would target at least into, you know, this high here. And then probably as high as here. So what's that? Yeah, that's a big move. You know, that's a big move. But yeah, this is, as long as we're holding above this breaker, this is a pretty bullish setup, in my opinion, on the weekly based on the monthly. So I agree. Do I dare chart SDEX? It's not that like the reason I don't want to chart it is because I don't want to, like, I am being paid by SmartX, right, to promote them on these streams, right? Like, and I don't try and hide that relationship from you guys. I say it in every tweet and I say it at the start of every video. This is a paid relationship. Do I like the product? Do I use the product? Yes, but I am financially incentivized for that company to do well. So I feel disingenuous charting it because I have a bias that, of course, I wouldn't want to show a bearish chart of, you know, a token that is paying me and that I own, right? Do you have to pee? Do you have to pee? Is that what this is? I think my dog has to go out, guys. Like, obviously, if I own Bitcoin, I'm incentivized for Bitcoin to go higher as well, but I can't affect Bitcoin, right? Like it's SDEX is still a relatively low cap. Okay, guys, I have to take my dog for a pee real quick. Oh, no, he's going to lay down. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this guy says Shiba Inu. What the fuck's the difference, bro? What is this? I just said this looks bullish. Now you're like, no, it's Shiba Inu, bro. Look at Shiba Inu, dog. It literally went to 0. Is this a joke? It's obviously a joke. Sheena? Oh, Sheena. I'm just dyslexic. Sorry, bro. Bro, every chart you tell me to pull up is at 0. Like, come on, dog. Who is this guy? This guy's clowning me on my own stream, and he's doing a really good job. Yeah, I don't know, man. Wouldn't touch it with your dick, bro. Sorry, one sec. Come here. Guys. Come here. Come here. Guys, I gotta take the dog to pee. Here, come say hi. He's getting huge. I don't know if I can even pick him up properly. Up. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Up. 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 Don't worry about it. I'll hold the chair. You come up. Up. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Everyone relax. Come here. Look at this fucking behemoth. Look at the size of him. Okay. I'm going to take him pee. Okay, guys? I'm just going to put a song on or something. I'm sorry. I live in an apartment, so I have to take him all the way fucking downstairs. I'm just going to take him pee, and I'll be right back. And we'll get back to the video, okay? I know, dude. Fucking muted, boys. I mean, I'm confused about the H12 hour breaker, which is untested, but it's tested on the H4. Well, it's not tested on the on the H12. That's all that matters, right? If it's a 12-hour breaker, I want to see price come into it after this 12-hour MSB, which it has not. I don't know what you mean it's been tested on the H4. I don't know what you're looking at. All right, I'm going to take a couple more suggestions here, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. So let's take 2 more coins, guys. 2 more. Dos más. I don't want to look at the WorldCoin chart because it looks like shit, bro. I covered it last video. Like, I'm not interested in charting something that looks like this right now. There's just not, I like charts where there's some price action that I can actually look at and like make analysis on. With a chart, with a coin like that, there's just not enough. It's not enough there for how I chart it. This is what I drew last time. Like, there's just not enough there. You would have to be looking at this thing on like the low fucking time frame. So if you're looking at this thing on like the H4, right? Where's your range? From here down to here. So that's your H4 range. Maybe it goes up towards the range high, up into here. That would be my estimation. Maybe up into there, but there's just not a lot going on there. Kiki I've done a ton of times. I want to do coins, guys, that I haven't really done a lot of. What are you doing after you do your stream? Let's do a Rollbit. Yeah, let's do Rollbit. Okay, so listen. Does the token have utility? Yes, right? It's behind a product that's making a lot of money. It allows you to get discounts on your trading fees, right? On the actual platform. It also allows you to get a rake back on the platform, and that amount that you get discounted on your fees or the rake back percentage is based on the amount that you own. So there's utility, actual utility. The product exists already and it's making money. All good things. Okay, so brand new all-time highs here on Rollbit. Very large green candle here. It's up like 50% because I think they announced that they're burning it now like at a crazy rate. So for me, being a strictly on the H12, any sort of pullback into this 12 cent, 10 to 12 cent region, I'd be looking to long. Now, this is a 50% pump. It might not give us this big correction, right? It might not give us this big correction. But remember, at one point, this was a 50% pump and it corrected even lower. So anything can happen. So if we get a correction down in the 10 to 12 cent region, that looks really good to me and would be an area that I'm interested in buying it. Okay. But if you're trying to day trade this thing, as I go down the time frames here, you can see there's not really much until the very low time frames. So if you're looking at this from a very low time frame, I would say you probably just want to see it hold around here. And if it loses this low, then there's a chance that it gets that larger correction. But otherwise, I mean, this is a very large move to the upside. It's not really much I can tell you in terms of, what to do. I think the project in terms of, it's not even a project. The company obviously is making money hand over fist. The token has actual utility, as I've explained. The team seems rock solid from, dealing with all the FUD and all that stuff. The question that I would have with Rollbit, to me, the risk reward is The reward is it's one of the biggest players in the space already and continues to be going into the next bull run. Maybe they become a centralized exchange. The token is worth a lot more than it is now. Or they get shut down because they're operating a offshore casino and they're likely, serving U.S. customers. Like there's absolutely people from banned jurisdictions, like primarily the U.S., using Rollbit not just to gamble, which they can't do, but to trade leveraged crypto products. So that to me is the risk reward. I think like if the company succeeds and it does not get legal issues, I don't see them going anywhere. And then I think their token does very well. On the flip side, if they do run into some legal issues, who knows? They could get shut down and that could be really, really bad. What am I doing after I stream? I'm going to eat some food. And then I'd like to play some video games, man. I started a new video game called Remnant 2. It's kind of like a third-person shooter Souls-like game. Someone recommended it to me. It's actually quite fun. So I'm just getting into it. So there's my pitch on Rollbit. And I'm not being paid by Rollbit, unfortunately. I wish I was. I wish I was getting one of those fat Rollbit checks and I would just gamble it away on stream for you guys. That's okay though. This guy, AP Ang Rahan, dude, ARB is on the chart. It's on the list here, which means I've already looked at it and I literally drew a bullish trade idea that I have, but you just are copying and pasting. ARB looks so good in weekly over and over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, how many times do you need to type it, bro? I already looked at it and I already gave you the fact that I think it looks good. Yeah, dude, I used to do some gaming streams on Twitch and I'd have charts kind of intermittently or trades that I'm in. Maybe I'll get back to that. Who knows? My girlfriend's out of town for 2 nights. So you know what that means? I'm masturbating tonight. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? But I'm definitely going to play video games and fucking smoke a stogie and have a glass of scotch. That I know for sure. Sure, we'll look at the other coin that's been doing crazy good lately. We'll look at the Unibot. We're basically just charting rookies' bags. Okay, so let's get RLB USDT on here. And let's get Unibot USDT. See how it looks. God, look at this. I drew this here. When did I draw this? No! Again, dude, how do I always do this? I always do these fucking streams. I draw out some goddamn fucking bullish price action. Look at this. I said, here's your range, SFP. Look at the squiggle. And then look what happened. From here to where we are right now is 400%. And I didn't buy a single goddamn fucking token. Why do I do this to myself, bro? This is what I mean. Like, I like trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, but then I'll chart some of these shit coins and it will do exactly what I want. And I fucking won't actually fucking buy any. Such a donkey. I need to find out when this was. This was July 9th. July 7th, maybe? I need to know. Like, I need to know. When did I chart this thing? Oh, it was this day. Oh my God. Oh, this is painful. Soul. When do I look at Unibot, bro? When do I look at Unibot? I just need to know that I fumbled the bag on generational wealth yet again. Time and time again, generational wealth comes knocking. And it says, hey, Trader Main, look at this. Look at this shit.
Up. So the MSB occurred right here. We pulled back into the order block. Now we're getting a bit of a push up. We've also swept the low here. So if I'm a uniblock bull, what I want to see happen now is probably this low not get invalidated, right? So this was the deep pullback. It pulled back deeper, right, into this order block here. Okay, this needs to close strong here, and I don't really want to see this low. Ultimately, you definitely do not want to see this low get invalidated, just from a technical perspective. If this thing is going to go up, that sweep should be it. Okay, so that's why the invalidation would be here. Because if this thing's going to go up, this sweep should be it, and probably shouldn't see us trade below here. But again, this is like not even traded on centralized exchanges yet. So take that with a grain of salt. But how it's looking right now, depending on what the rest of the market does, I would want to see this area hold.
Okay, look at that. A month ago. Bro. That fucking sucks. That sucks so hard. Sorry if there's an echo there, guys. I should have muted my microphone. That sucks, man. Up 5x. Anyways, almost at new all-time highs. Looks really good still. Again, a token that actually does something that has utility. I would be looking, if we get some sort of pullbacks into the lower part of this range, I would be looking to long this thing. But yeah, that fucking sucks, man. That fucking sucks. All right, guys. So I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully this was educational. Hopefully you learned something. I'm going to be back with another video tomorrow, guys. So don't worry. You're not going to miss me for too long. I'll be back with another video tomorrow, a regular stream in Markets with Mainstream. So on those streams, we primarily focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as gold, silver. We'll look at EU. I'm looking for longs on gold and on EU right now, actually. But yeah, we'll go over that stuff tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, anything like that, let me know. Leave comments, interact with the videos. As usual, Vision Pro, I'm not going to do Doge because you're just spamming it right now. I did Shiba. It's close enough, bro. It's close enough. This is more bullish looking chart anyways. But yeah, guys, if you want to support me, you like these videos, you want to keep them coming, the best way to do that is to support my sponsors. So use those links in the description. Check out SmartX. Shout out to them. Check out all my other links in the description. Follow me on Instagram. I'm posting a lot on Instagram these days. I'm doing stories while I'm taking trades. I'm posting live stories and things like that because Instagram is full of giga cringe fake traders. And so I'm trying to take over there, show them what's really good with the neck takeover. I'm still posting on TikTok every single week. Obviously YouTube, obviously on Twitter, likes, retweets, comments, all that shit is really appreciated. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you all. Honestly, I will be back tomorrow with another stream. And until then, love you.